What Marcus Aurelius would write in his journal about your day: read, reflect, sleep. The day is finally over. The sun has gone down, and the world outside is quieter now. But inside your head, the noise hasn't stopped. The meetings, the arguments, the small disappointments, all of them replay like broken records. Your body is tired, but your mind refuses to rest. You've felt this before. The moment when you lay down and wish for silence, but instead you get a flood of memories. That awkward thing you said. That task you left unfinished. That phone call you should have made. It's strange, isn't it? We rarely lie awake at night thinking about the good things. No, the mind saves the sharp edges for last. Maybe today wasn't even bad. Maybe it was just ordinary. But it takes only a few tiny scratches. A rude driver on the highway, an email written without warmth, a loved one distracted or distant to weigh us down. By night, those scratches feel deeper. The stillness of the room makes them echo louder. We think, I should have done better. I should have been calmer, stronger, wiser. And so we wrestle with the day long after it has ended. But imagine this. Instead of lying there trapped in thought, you reach for an old leather-bound journal. The pages are soft with age. A candle burns beside you, its light dancing on the surface of the paper. And there, written in careful strokes of ink, are the words of Marcus Aurelius, an emperor, a philosopher, a man burdened with more responsibility than most of us can imagine. This was a man who ruled Rome, commanded armies, faced betrayal, plague, and loss. And yet, every night, he too wrestled with thoughts. He too felt the sting of anger, the pull of pride, the bite of worry. He too struggled to let the day go. And what did he do? He wrote. He turned his thoughts into lessons. He closed the book each night lighter than when he opened it. Marcus knew something we forget. The mind needs rituals of closure. Just as the body craves rest, the mind craves release. Without it, we carry today's weight into tomorrow, and tomorrow into the next day. Soon, life feels like one endless day without peace. He reminds us in his meditations, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. But if that is true of the morning, then the night is its preparation. To sleep is not wasted time. It is the secret work of healing, the slow stitching of the soul. To rest deeply is to give tomorrow a chance to begin in gratitude. So tonight, as you hear these words, picture Marcus in his chamber. He has finished writing. He closes his journal, places it by the candle, and allows the flame to fade. He lies down not as an emperor, not as a soldier, not even as a philosopher, but simply as a human being in need of rest. If he could find stillness in the midst of Rome's chaos, then perhaps you can find stillness tonight. Take a slow breath. In through the nose, hold it, and let it fall gently out. Do that again and again. Feel how the air enters, how it leaves. Notice that the body on its own already knows how to let go. The day no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the past. What is yours is only this moment, this chance to set the weight down, to let the river of time carry today away. Marcus might whisper across centuries, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Tonight, that strength looks simple. It looks like choosing release. Choosing not to replay, not to rehearse, not to hold on. And as you listen now, let this be your beginning. The beginning of night. The beginning of peace. The beginning of letting go. Imagine opening that journal again. The candlelight flickers. The ink is still fresh. And you see Marcus writing these words to himself after a long, exhausting day. Do not waste your soul in anger at what cannot be changed. Do not let sleep be stolen by what tomorrow may never bring. The day has ended. Let it end within you too. It almost feels like he was writing to you. Because how often do we lie here, angry about something we cannot undo, or anxious about something that hasn't even happened yet? We carry the weight of both the past and the future, and then we wonder why the present feels so heavy. Marcus knew the trap. He sat with betrayal. He carried fears about wars and plagues. He felt frustration with people who disobeyed him, mocked him, even conspired against him. Yet he tells himself, "Do not waste your soul." Think about that phrase for a moment. When you cling to anger, whose soul is wasted? Not theirs, yours. When you let worry rob your night, whose peace is stolen? Not the world's, yours. We cannot control the outside world. We cannot command other people's choices or predict tomorrow's storms, but we can decide how we spend this one fragile, fleeting moment before sleep. Maybe today someone was unfair to you. Maybe someone's words cut deeper than they should have. Or maybe it was you. You snapped, you judged, you spoke too quickly. These thoughts don't just vanish at night, they echo. They demand to be replayed, and yet here Marcus reminds us, you are not required to carry them. You are allowed to put them down. Try this with me. Imagine holding today in your hands. All the arguments, the mistakes, the regrets, the things left undone. Feel the weight of them. And now picture placing them on a shelf, not burning them, not erasing them, not pretending they didn't happen, just setting them down. You can pick them up tomorrow if you must. But tonight they don't belong in your hands. That is what journaling is for. A simple practice, write it down and set it down. Marcus's nightly ritual wasn't about creating perfect words. It was about cleaning the mind, clearing the space, preparing the soul for rest. The journal was his way of saying, enough for today, now I can let go. And isn't that what you need, right here, right now? Permission to let the day end, permission to not fix it all tonight? So let this be your invitation. You don't need to solve everything. You only need to rest. Breathe again. Slowly. Let your body sink deeper into the bed. Let your shoulders loosen. Notice how the weight begins to fall away, piece by piece, as if the journal itself is absorbing it for you. And if this reflection brings you a moment of calm, you can whisper one word: stillness. You can even share that word with others in the comments, because sometimes saying it aloud is how it begins to feel real. And when you're ready, continue with me into the next part. Together, we'll walk deeper into Marcus's night ritual, his silent questions, his journal prompts, his way of preparing for true rest. Marcus didn't just write statements. He asked himself questions. Gentle, searching questions. Questions that guided his soul away from chaos and toward clarity. Tonight, let's borrow his practice. Let's let his voice echo into our own. The first question is this: what did I do well today? Pause. Think of one thing. It doesn't need to be extraordinary. Perhaps you showed patience when you could have snapped. Perhaps you offered a smile or a kind word, or simply finished something you promised yourself you would do. Small victories count. In fact, Marcus would say they matter most, because life, after all, is built on little acts done with care. Take a slow breath in and out. Hold on to that one moment. Let it remind you you are capable of good even on messy days. Now the second question: where did I fall short? Be honest. Not cruel, not punishing, just honest. Did you rush? Did you judge? Did you let fear speak louder than reason? Whatever it was, see it clearly. And then, as Marcus would, imagine writing it down on paper. Once it's on the page, it is no longer trapped inside you. You don't need to solve it now. You only need to see it. Inhale. Exhale. The page holds it for you. The night can take it from here. The third question is perhaps the hardest. What can I let go of? This one requires courage, because sometimes we cling to wounds, arguments, disappointments, as if carrying them will change their outcome. But Marcus reminds us, holding on is not strength. Letting go is. So ask yourself, what burden am I carrying tonight that I don't need to carry into tomorrow? A regret? A grudge? An expectation of perfection? Picture yourself setting it down on that same shelf beside Marcus's journal. Notice how much lighter your body feels without it. Pause here. Breathe. In. Out. Let the silence after each question settle in you. This was Marcus's way of cleansing his mind. He didn't seek perfection in his answers. He sought clarity, and clarity is often enough to invite peace. Now imagine your own journal beside his, a quiet space, a candle glowing, your words joining his across centuries. Two souls, one ancient, one modern, separated by time, yet sharing the same human need to understand, to reflect, to rest. Maybe you don't have a pen in your hand tonight. Maybe you are simply listening. That's enough. Reflection doesn't always require ink. Sometimes it only requires attention. And by listening, by pausing, by allowing these questions to move through you, you are already practicing what Marcus practiced. And as you do, notice what is happening to your body. The tightness in your chest softens. The jaw unclenches. The mind slows its spinning. What once felt loud now feels distant. This is the gift of reflection, not an academic exercise, not a philosophy lesson, but a gentle turning of the soul toward rest. So tonight, remember these three questions. What did I do well? Where did I fall short? What can I let go of? Carry them not as burdens, but as lanterns, guiding you into the night. If these questions spoke to you, you might write them down tomorrow. Or share one of your answers in the comments, not for judgment, not for debate, but as a way of saying, I too am learning to let go. And now let's move even deeper. In the next part, we'll step beyond words, into imagery, into silence, into the kind of night Marcus himself might have seen from his window. The stars above Rome, the sound of stillness, the quiet gift of sleep. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine stepping into Marcus's world. The city of Rome has gone quiet. The torches along the narrow streets flicker faintly, their flames bending in the night wind. From the window of his chamber, Marcus looks upward and sees the stars stretched wide across the sky. The empire sleeps, yet the universe stays awake, infinite and watchful. The air has cooled. The heavy pulse of the day is gone. No voices echo. No footsteps hurry past. The sounds of the city, market cries, clashing soldiers, political debates have all dissolved into silence. What remains is only the soft hum of night, a stillness that waits for anyone willing to notice it. Can you feel it? That subtle shift between the urgency of daylight and the calm of darkness. It's as if the earth itself whispers to you, rest now. You have carried enough. You have done enough. Marcus would often sit in that quiet. Even as an emperor, weighed down by decisions and conflicts, he would turn his gaze to the stars. And under their vast order, his worries shrank. Armies, rivalries, politics, so immense in the heat of the day, seemed smaller beneath the infinite heavens. He once wrote, dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. He believed the cosmos itself offered a lesson, that its harmony was not separate from us, but alive within us. So let your attention return to yourself. Notice your breath steady and unforced. Inhale gently, feel your chest rise. Exhale slowly, feel your body soften. This rhythm is your inner cosmos, your natural order. Just as the stars move with precision, your body knows how to rest if you will let it. Allow your shoulders to release. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands grow heavy at your side. Feel the blanket or sheet across you as something more than fabric. Imagine it as the earth's quiet strength pressing you into safety, anchoring you to rest. And in this moment, remember, you are safe. The events of the day cannot touch you here. Tomorrow has not arrived. All that exists is this night, this breath, this stillness. If thoughts drift in, plans, regrets, anxieties, do not chase them. Do not resist them. Simply notice them as Marcus would notice passing clouds. They appear, they move, they disappear. And beneath them, the sky of your mind remains clear, untouched, eternal. Marcus once whispered to himself in his meditations, nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions, than your own soul. He was not idealizing mountains or temples, though he had seen many. He was reminding himself that true stillness is not found outside, but within. Even here, even now, your soul can be that sanctuary. You do not need to escape to distant places to find calm. You only need to breathe, to let yourself soften, to allow silence to rise inside you. And tonight, you are finding it. Picture the night stretching endlessly. The stars, constant and patient, move silently above. The air, cool and forgiving, wraps around you. The calm inside your chest grows deeper with each breath. Time itself seems to slow. The edges of the day dissolve. What once felt heavy now feels light. What once felt urgent now feels far away. This is the stillness Marcus trusted. The same stillness that carried him through war, through grief, through the endless noise of leadership. And it is the stillness that is here for you tonight, waiting faithfully as it always has. If this peace is touching you, let it seep even deeper. With each inhale, invite more calm. With each exhale, release what is left of the day. Let yourself drift gently like a leaf carried downstream, further away from noise, further into the ocean of sleep. And soon, when you are ready, join me in the final part of this journey. Together we will close Marcus's journal with one last reflection, one last reminder, and then fully step into rest. Tonight, as the final pages of this imagined journal close, let us pause and linger in the stillness. The world outside has already quieted. The lights are dim. The streets have emptied. Even the restless thoughts of the day are softer now, like fading echoes in a hallway you are walking away from. Marcus Aurelius, 2,000 years ago, would have done the same. He would set aside the affairs of the empire, the constant weight of responsibility, and he would turn inward, not as a ruler, not as a philosopher, but simply as a human being who needed rest, and so do you. In his private journals, Marcus often reminded himself, "Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." He was not speaking to frighten himself. He was reminding himself that life is short, that today is all we truly have, and in that reminder lies freedom. The freedom to release today, to not clutch it so tightly. The freedom to let yourself rest. Think of your own day, the moments of tension, the conversations that replay in your head, the small victories, the unfinished tasks. They do not need to follow you into the night. You can place them down one by one, like setting aside heavy stones carried in your pockets. Tonight, Marcus would tell you, write it down, reflect, and then let it go. For tomorrow will bring its own tasks, its own weight. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine Marcus alone in his tent at the edge of a Roman battlefield. The fire flickers. The night air is cold. Soldiers sleep on the ground nearby, and there he is, hunched over a wax tablet, scratching words meant for no one else but himself. Not speeches, not orders, just reminders to be kind, to be patient, to endure, to sleep. And perhaps he would whisper across the centuries to you, "As you lay down tonight, remember, your mind is stronger than your fears, your heart calmer than your worries. You have survived this day. Now give yourself permission to rest. Notice your breath. Slow it down. Let it carry you deeper. Each inhale is a gentle renewal. Each exhale is a quiet release. There is nothing more to do, nowhere to be, nothing to prove, and if your thoughts wander, that is fine." Marcus's thoughts wandered too. That is why he wrote, to gather them, to place them back in order, to release what no longer served him. You can do the same. Imagine your thoughts as ink spreading on paper. Once written, they no longer need to remain in your mind. They are safe outside of you. As you sink further into this calm, take with you one truth Marcus repeated often. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Tonight, choose gentle thoughts. Thoughts that soothe, not stir. Thoughts that remind you of your strength, not your doubts. And as you drift, let this be your mantra. I have done enough for today. I am enough as I am. I can rest now. Repeat it silently if you wish. Feel how it softens your body, eases your chest, lightens your mind. Tomorrow will come soon enough. But tonight, this is enough. If you found peace in this journey with Marcus, know that there are more nights waiting. Each one a chance to reflect, to release, to rest. We share these moments not just to study Stoicism, but to live it, to let it calm our restless minds when the world grows too heavy. So before you drift away completely, I want to gently invite you. If this time together helped you find calm, consider joining us again. Subscribe to the channel, leave a small reflection in the comments, or download the free 3-night Marcus prompts in the description below. Each one is designed to guide you deeper into stillness night after night. But let this never feel like an obligation. Marcus himself would remind us, do only what aligns with your nature. And right now your nature is rest, so close your eyes. Feel the weight of the day melting. Let Marcus's wisdom echo gently in your heart. You are alive, you are breathing, you are here. And that is enough. Sleep well, my friend. Until tomorrow night, may you carry calm with you.